Hey, Jake.
Hi, Kyle.
How you doing?
I'm tired.
Yeah?
Yeah, but there's a lot happening.
There is a lot happening on Here's the Thing, which it's a special episode because we're now in the double digits. Episode 10.
Oh, this is episode 10?
Episode 10.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. I was like, double digits.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
I'm so excited about it. I don't have a ton of stuff to talk about, but Jake
I have a bit.
got some stuff.
I found a bunch so I have a couple things, and I also have like a funny story basically. But yeah, so Taylor Swift had to cancel completely her Loverfest, and my heart hurt.
Wait, when was it scheduled for?
Well, it was scheduled for last summer, but then they were like, we're going to reschedule it. So I was like tight, holding out hope. Let's get it going. And then she made an announcement. It's canceled outright. And I'm depressed.
I am sad.
Not because of that, but it didn't help.
Yeah.
But that got canceled. And then the other thing that happened was the other day while I was at work, the vinyl club that I'm a part of that sends me a vinyl every month.
Yeah.
They announced they did a very limited restock of MF Doom's Food. And I was like, tight. And my buddy was talking to me, and I'm on my phone, and I click on the link, and it's like, without a membership, it's $50. With a membership, $35. I'm like, well, I got a membership. So I go to log in. Buddy's talking to me. I'm talking to him. I'm logging in. I'm talking to him. I'm logging in. I'm talking to him. I log in. I hit the fucking page.
Yeah.
And the time it took me to log in, to hit the page, sold out.
Really?
I shit my pants. I was so mad. I was like, I should have just spent the $50 fucking and I would have had it.
That sucks so bad.
It sucked. I was so mad and upset, and I was like, whatever, I'll just buy it online. Fuck it. And I went online and it was like, Food vinyl, and it's $150 now. And I'm
for
like,
one
yeah. So I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Mm-mm.
They'll restock it, whatever. It's not a Prince vinyl. I don't need it like that.
I don't have that much love
I don't need it. Like, I want it. I don't need it. And then I just went out and bought a Drake album instead. So that's tight.
How's that make you feel?
Good.
That Drake album.
It's a great album.
Yeah.
It's Take Care. It's a great album.
Oh yeah.
It's a great.
I still need to listen to more Drake. I don't listen to much Drake.
I'm on. Look, my buddy and I, one summer we were working a lot, and I said something about Drake. I was like, he's not that good, and my buddy was like, yeah, he is. And then I realized, I was like, I don't know why I just said that. Like, I went on my phone and looked at the time I had Tidal, which I still stand by. I loved Tidal. It's great. It's a great music streaming platform. It's just a little too expensive. But it's definitely the best one that I've ever used. And I looked, and I had all of Drake's albums saved and downloaded onto my phone. So I was like, evidently, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah. I think those moments are always hilarious when you go, oh yeah, I don't like this person or thing, and then like an hour or a couple days later you go back and you go, I don't know why I said that.
Yeah,
that was
like
stupid.
But it was just really funny to have it in the moment and have my friend be like, that's bullshit. And I was just like, you're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
I had that with my friend Zoe because when we were kids, we were like, fuck One Direction. And then Harry Styles put out his current stuff, and I saw Zoe again, and I went, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Harry Styles. Mwah. Beautiful man. Beautiful music.
But, so I bought a Drake album, which I was happy about because it's Take Care. And that, like, if I were to buy Drake albums on vinyl, it'd be like Take Care. Basically anything between Take Care and Views, which is Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, If You're Reading This Is Too Late, What a Time to Be Alive, and Views, which is a great run. Like, they're all great.
Yeah. And
I went to the record store, and they had Views, and I was like, I don't really want that. Like, it's not his best. I don't really want it. And then I moved Views, and there was nothing. And I was like, that's sad. And it's the Music Connection. So he has just stacks of records everywhere. It's like this one guy.
Yeah,
it's one guy running this whole store, and he has so much. So, like, it's all organized to an extent. But if he just got a shipment in, there's just stacks of records in the corner, and you can go through them. Like, he doesn't stop you. You can go and look at the new shit too.
Yeah.
Before he processes it, which is dope. And so I went through, and I'm like, I wonder what he's got. I was looking for MF Doom. I was like, maybe he's got some Doom. no Doom. And then I saw Drake, and I was like, oh shit! And I slid them off of it, and it was Take Care, and I was like, I'll fucking take that one. And I take it, and I go and I buy it. And the last time I was there, I bought a Doom vinyl, and he had said when I bought it, he's like, oh, this just came in yesterday, and it's already out. And I was like, well, it's a good album. And this time I go up, and he's like, this came in today. And I went, dude, you bring in good albums, I'm gonna buy them. I don't know what you expect. That's why you have the business. And that made him laugh. But yeah, I'm happy with that purchase.
I love that store.
Yeah, it's a great store. And then the next bit of music news is those French guys, Daft Punk.
Yeah, they broke up.
They kind
of just retired.
I was gonna say I don't think they say they broke up. They said they announced it's a breakup. I feel like they're both old.
They've been doing this since what, 93 or something?
Let me pull it up.
Yeah,
let me pull it up.
Been a long time.
Yeah, 93.
Yeah, 93.
They formed in 93.
Now, yeah. And they've been doing it forever.
Yeah, they have 4 albums. First one in 97, last one in 2013. They did the Tron Legacy soundtrack. But yeah, but their influence is massive. Like they worked on the Weeknd album, Starboy.
Oh yeah, they produced like crazy.
Yeah, they were on it. They've got their fingers in a lot of pots or their hands in a lot of cookie jars, whatever the saying is.
They got their hands places all over the place.
But yeah, they put out a video announcing their breakup.
It was less of an announcement and more of a beautiful piece of 7-minute art.
Yeah, my buddy was saying, so I'm not a big Daft Punk guy, which is why I feel like the people that listen to this type of music are like, no.
I used to be a big fan of Daft Punk.
Yeah, but then everybody that's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Is sort of like, oh, I get it. Because like Around the World, banger.
Mm-hmm.
Stronger or Work It, Make It, Do It, Bet, whatever the fuck, banger. Get Lucky. Like, great song.
All their even like their lesser known stuff, if you like take a chance and listen to them, you're like, all right, I can bop to this. Like they're all good. They just like they've just been doing this for so long. I think they're like, I just think we should be done at this point.
So it says their longtime publicist confirmed, because the video is titled Epilogue.
Yeah.
Which led me to believe, one, they've probably been done for a while at this point.
Yeah.
If you're going to put out the announcement and call it Epilogue, you've been done. But it said 93 to 2021, and everybody, it blew up for a minute. Everybody was like, no, they're done. And I remember I was just like, that, it sucks, but okay.
Yeah, I would have liked to see them in concert.
Yeah, it probably would have been cool, but okay. And then their publicist confirmed that the duo had split, but didn't give a reason, which is the other reason I think it was probably just like you go that way, I'll go this way.
Yeah.
Nice working with you.
Well, they did the Epilogue music video was really just like, hey, you're going to keep going in this direction. I'm done. And then they set a detonator on one of the guys' back, and he walked away and exploded, which is pretty final.
Yeah, no, it's from a movie they made.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a scene from their movie, Electroma. Electroma? Yeah, Electroma.
I was just like, okay, yeah, there's no coming back from that. You exploded.
Yeah, no, it's an avant-garde sci-fi film directed by the French electronic music duo Daft Punk. It's about the quest of 2 robots played by the band members, or the band members played by actors who are not the band members. But the music featured in the film is not by Daft Punk, which is a first for the duo. But yeah, it was from their movie, but the song was new.
Yeah.
But so the news of the breakup, their sales fucking went through the roof.
Yeah.
Guess the percentage by which, so their digital album purchase rose by a certain percent.
250%?
2,650%.
2,000? What? That's amazing.
Well, because they are, I will give them credit. In terms of house music and that electronic shit,
they're legends.
Gun to my head, they're the only group I know.
Yeah, that and Deadmau5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deadmau5, them, I guess Skrillex, but not even.
That's not house.
Exactly, that's not house. So it's like, yeah, they deserve their roses that they're getting.
It's really been, because they haven't, like you said, they haven't released an album since 2013. So in the years they haven't been around, where people have like kind of drifted into different like interests, now that they're like, oh, we're breaking up, everybody's like, oh yeah, Daft Punk's good. Shit.
Yeah, because they are good. Music. And all their albums are, like, their worst album's still decent.
Yeah. Their old stuff is so good.
Oh yeah, no, their first 2 albums are great.
Mm-hmm. I looked at I forget the song, but the sampling for Around the World.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no idea how they got that, because it's like 3 samples in like 1 5-minute segment.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just switched around the samples, spaced it out a little bit, made it like a little slower. Different song. It's beautiful.
But yeah,
it's a good example of the Fair Use Act.
But yeah, they broke up.
Sad day. R.I.P. in peace.
But that's really it for music news that I've got. So a couple movie announcements, and by a couple I mean I got a list. Some of them are rumors, some of them are actual news. First thing, Justice League, the Snyder Cut. Confirmed running time. How long do you think it is?
A little over 4 hours?
Yep. 4 hours, 1 minute, and 16 seconds or something.
Oh, like that. Just over 4 hours. Perfect.
But 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 4 hours, 1 minute, wild. 1 minute and 28 seconds. Exactly. That's a long movie.
Yeah.
Titanic was 3. It was actually less than 3.
Titanic was 3 hours?
Titanic was 2 hours and 37 minutes, I think. However long it took the actual ship to sink, that's how long the movie is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Fun fact.
That's interesting.
Fun facts with Jake. That's really it for Justice League news. I don't have anything else. They just announced
it's gonna be 4 hours long.
It's gonna be 4 hours long. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm interested in it. I'm interested to watch it.
Second thing, did you see the Mortal Kombat trailer?
I did.
So I talked about it with
I forgot about that.
I talked about it with my buddy. I don't know if I didn't like Nomadland. I didn't like Nomadland at all. I don't know if me not liking Nomadland and then being as excited for the Mortal Kombat movie as I am is a sign of something. But I'm so excited. Like, I think it's just because I haven't watched a shitty action movie in a minute, because there haven't been many that come out.
Yeah.
Like,
people have been afraid to make them.
Not even that. There's just, COVID, theaters are dying.
That too.
You can't pump them out. So, like, Extraction was fun. And it's like, I just like a good popcorn movie every once in a while, but it has to be a good popcorn movie. And what that means is it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
That's good. like, and that's the thing, like, Tenet is a good action movie.
Yeah.
Which means I'm not going to put it on to just put on in the background, because I got to pay attention.
You got to pay
There's
attention.
shit happening. The plot matters. Everything
Especially
matters.
To Tenet.
I'll throw on, fucking Face Off with Nick Cage and John Travolta. And that's an example of an actually really good popcorn action movie, or like a Mission Impossible movie. Something where, like, you can turn it on. You don't need to know what's happened. You just know that's the good guy, that's the bad guy. Let's go.
Yeah, and as much as I hate to say it, it is just like Scott Pilgrim in the background or something. Just
anything.
Flashy.
But the Mortal Kombat trailer came out, and it doesn't look good by any means.
No.
It looks so cool, though. The visual effects are awesome. At the beginning of the trailer, it's showing, like, so there's fucking Sub-Zero. He's going to be the bad guy.
He's going to break off.
Clearly. He's going to make Jax into Jax.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about Mortal Kombat lore, but Jax has metal arms at the beginning of the trailer. He's part of the team that has to go in to capture Sub-Zero. They fail, clearly, because Jax has human arms at the beginning of this clip. And then he finds Sub-Zero, and he's holding the gun close to his head. And he pulls the trigger, and Sub-Zero's holding the fucking barrel, and he freezes the barrel. And that effect got me so hype. I was laying in bed, I'm like, that's so cool. And it looked cool.
Yeah, the effects look amazing.
Like, they just look cool.
You know, just by watching the trailer, you're like, plots?
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be, we're at a turn. It's Mortal Kombat. Like, Mortal Kombat. Like, it's that.
And I heard, but the visual effects, which is what you have to nail to make a good bad movie.
So cool. Fucking, there's a part in the trailer where it's fucking Sub-Zero and Scorpion, and they're fighting. Also, I loved that Scorpion used, so in the game they all have taglines, and he used his fucking get over here. And it's like, that's such a shitty line. And you know that the writer that wrote the script definitely took a shot the day that he had to write that in.
Oh, yeah.
But then he uses it, and he uses the weapon he has, and he pulls Scorpion over, and it's really cool. And then they're in a fight, and Scorpion gets his leg cut or his arm cut, whatever, and blood goes up in the air.
And it freezes.
And Sub-Zero freezes it into a knife. And as soon as the blood went in the air, I was like, he gonna freeze it and stab him with his own blood. And I was just like, that's tight. Like that, it just got me excited because I'm like, this movie's gonna suck and I'm gonna love every second of it. Like, it's gonna be bad, but I'm gonna enjoy the fuck out of it. Yeah. Because then I was right. He freezes it and stabs him in the leg with it. And I was just like, let's go.
In that clip, I was like, okay, they're gonna fight a lot. But when I saw the knife come out of the blood, I'm like, oh, they're gonna bring the fatalities in.
Dude, it looks so bad, but so good.
I like a good bad movie.
Yeah, like,
I love good bad movies. We need to make like a chart of like good movies, bad good movies, good bad movies, and bad movies.
Yeah,
and then the bottom.
For sure.
But it looks really fun. It looks extreme. I saw also for a flash, I saw Melina's face for like 0.5 seconds with her teeth all sticking out of her cheeks. And I'm like,
you know what?
Oh, yay.
You know what a great example of a good, bad action movie is?
What?
The Old Guard.
Yes.
That movie is terrible.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie so many times.
But the effects are fun.
It's so fun. It's so bad, but it's so good. I saw it and I was like, because at one point it was huge on Netflix. It blew up. And everybody was like, it's so good. And they confirmed, you know, it was a startup and they're going to probably do a sequel. And I was like,
yeah, it had Dudley in it.
I was like, okay, I'll watch it. And then I watched it and I was like, let's fucking go. And then I told everybody to watch it. I watched it like twice in one day. I showed my dad the movie the same day I watched it. There's a part where like a dude just snaps a dude's neck over his shoulder. I'm like, that's tight. Mm-hmm. So it's just like movies like that where it's like, I don't care about any of the people in it.
Yeah.
Like any of the characters could have got shot in the head point blank and died. And I would have been like, that's a bummer. Well, but like
when I watched it, I was reminded of, man, whoever wrote this, I feel like they watched Logan and then they were like, yo, I could do that, but with like a different set of rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
the girl does the same thing. She like loses her immortality.
Yeah, they can't die, and then one of them suddenly learns she can die, but then she can't die, but then she can, and it's like, whatever, I don't give a fuck, just fight. But so that I'm excited for Mortal Kombat. Another trailer that came out was for Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead movie.
Oh yeah.
It's not really a trailer; it's more of a teaser.
It's a zombie movie.
Yeah, it looks fun. Yeah. It's another one of those trailers. I was like, it's going to be a bad movie. I'm going to eat it the fuck up.
Because recently there have been a lot of like really good movies because award season just happened. And now that award season is pretty much like the nominations have been made. Now all the good bad movies are coming out. And it's fun.
It's going to be fun. The popcorn flicks are coming out. Blockbuster season it's around the corner. But
this zombie movie's coming out.
Yeah, another zombie movie is coming out, and that's
never get tired of those.
No,
never.
But the trailer, it looks fun. It looks goofy, so I'll watch it.
We watched a trailer for Luca.
Yeah, another trailer that came out was the Pixar movie Luca, which originally the description was 2 young boys develop a friendship over the course of a summer in Italy. And I was like, call me by your name? For kids? How? Because in that movie, Call Me By Your Name, Timothy Chalamet fucks a peach to completion.
Yeah.
How you going to animate that for kids?
With mer people.
You're not. The correct answer is you won't. Then they released the trailer, and turns out it's about 2 boys who are also mermen, sea creature things. They're not mermaids.
Yeah, they can,
because they've got all the limbs or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was like a teaser trailer. So it was like the whole time I'm like, oh, it's cute. It was exactly what I thought it would be, of just like, oh, this is going to be a cute, fun movie. And then they turn into mer fucking things. And I was like, oh, that's tight. Because the basic premise from the trailer is they live in a fishing town.
Yeah, and if they get water on them,
and they're fish, like,
if they get water on them, they're like disguised as humans, and if they get wet, they revert back to mer people. So they're like, we're really curious about humans, but we can't get wet.
Yeah.
It just seems fun. It just seems like a fun Pixar movie. Pixar's pretty much teasing that, hey, we got a lot of shit rolling out soon. Here's Luca. Here's a bunch of shorts because they just released a shit ton of shorts.
Well, no, they put them on YouTube.
Oh, they were. Yeah, you said they were on Disney Plus,
yeah, they released all their Disney Plus exclusive shorts onto their YouTube channel because they've been on since Disney Plus came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they released the trailer. Trailer looks tight.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's coming out in the summer, so cool. I'm excited for it. I don't know anything about it, and the trailer didn't tell me much, so cool.
Yeah, it pretty much just showed off the visuals and this is kind of the premise, but
and it looks
you don't
cool.
know the story. Yeah, it looks fun.
Another trailer that came out is for The Underground Railroad, which is Barry Jenkins' next movie. He's the director of Moonlight.
Like Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad?
So, sort of. It's based on a book. By hold on, let me pull up the book. I've read the book. The book is hard to read.
Heavy?
Yeah, it's called The Underground Railroad. It was written by Colson Whitehead, and I believe it won the Pulitzer.
Oh, it did.
And that's because it did. It did win the Pulitzer. It's a great book. It's about a young woman escaping slavery on the Underground Railroad. Now, 95% of this book, he did a shit ton of research, found out how like state to state slaves were treated differently. Cause like she starts in like Georgia, and in school, they basically teach you when you're kids, closer to the north, you get better it is.
Yeah. South bad, north good.
And in this book, basically she's in Georgia. It's terrible. She starts escaping. It's good. She gets to South Carolina. She basically becomes part of a community. And it's like, oh, tight. And like, there's a character that she's with, and they're like, do we really want to leave? And then she gets to North Carolina and spends like, a quarter of the book in a fucking crawl space because the town she's in has weekly lynchings of black people. Any of them. Any people they find, they lynch. So it becomes this really heavy, and he did his research and all that, and it's really, really well written. It's an amazing book. The 5% that he made, I'm going to say fun. And the reason it's called The Underground Railroad is because the Escape Network, the Underground Railroad, is an actual underground fucking railroad.
Oh my God, really?
And it's awesome. Like, but even that varies on what train you're riding, because like the first train she rides on, it's a train.
Yeah.
The second one, it's a boxcar, and the third one is a fucking cart.
Just like one of those.
No, with an engine strapped on that she just has to hold on to belts, and it's like, oh my God. But it's a great.
Is it like truthful to this is what society was like, but a little fictional to the Underground Railroad?
Yeah,
okay.
It's a fiction story, but it's a great book, and I think anybody and everybody should read it. It's great. And Barry Jenkins, the director of Moonlight, adapted it into a movie that's coming out on Amazon Prime, which I did not know was being made.
Like, did anybody know it was being made?
I don't know. I think so. But basically, Amazon's just killing it with the black filmmakers just sliding shit out.
Yeah.
Because they killed it with the Steve McQueen Small Axe projects. Mm-hmm. And now they just released the trailer for it. It's the teaser trailer. It's only about a minute long. But I didn't know this shit was being made. And it's a 10-episode adaptation solely directed by Barry Jenkins, telling the story of the book. And I'm so hype because I love Barry Jenkins. I think he's an amazing director.
Yeah, he's one of your favorite directors.
He's so good at having these intimate moments in his fucking movies. And I love it. I'm excited for it. I didn't know it was being made, so I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. The fact that it's coming out in May, tight. The fact that it's a 10-episode miniseries, fuck yeah.
Oh, it's a miniseries.
Yeah, it's 10 episodes. Oh. It's a limited series based on the book, and I'm excited. I think everybody should check it out, and everybody should read the book. The book is amazing.
I'm pumped. That's awesome. I'm really excited for that. I watched Judas and the Black Messiah the other day.
What'd you think?
It was heartbreaking, and I almost cried. And for those that don't know, I don't really cry at movies like at all. This one broke my heart.
Yeah, it's a sad story.
Because Fred Hampton,
the leader of the Illinois party of the Black Panthers.
Yeah, Daniel Kaluuya killed that role. Holy crap, he nailed it. If you haven't seen it, go see it. And I love that whole movie was such a great just reminder to people that, oh yeah, this is what happened to the Black Panther Party. This is how ruthless the American government was towards the Black Panther Party. Yeah,
they basically demonized them in the public eye, and then they got Fred Hampton on a charge and put him in jail for a bit. And then when he came out, he was like, we're just going to do what's called the Rainbow Coalition, which was real.
And it was awesome.
And it was great. It was a great concept, and it was great in practice when it was working. And the government felt so threatened by him that they had him killed. And they didn't hide it. Like, they killed him in, I think, 71, and in 73, they were like, yeah, that was us.
Yeah. They were kind of proud of it, honestly.
Yeah, because they planted basically a rat in the Black Panthers who got in with Fred Hampton and sold him out.
Yeah, his character's very interesting. Because he has this huge dilemma of, I actually like these people and like what they're fighting for, but I have to protect myself.
And in real life, he said, because they show these clips of the actor playing the guy from a documentary that was made for PBS, and that documentary is real. It was actually made for PBS. And he said in the interview for that documentary, he didn't regret it. And everybody was like, but don't you?
Well, yeah, then it aired, and the next day he killed himself.
So I looked into that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why?
Yeah.
And his family admitted that he couldn't bring himself to watch the documentary and instead got really drunk. And the way he died was, I think he fell out a window and then walked away and then got hit by a car.
So it was more stupidity.
Yeah, it's one of those deaths where it's like, it could have been suicide, it could have been an accident, and we'll never know. I think it was probably suicide.
Yeah.
Because if the movie depiction is anything to go off of, he totally fell in love with the Black Panther Party. For sure. And then he sold them out, and they killed Fred Hampton, and then the Black Panthers basically dissolved into what they are now, which is a bunch of different things, but
just subcategories.
Yeah, it used to be one thing, and then because their leader got killed, it fell apart. So I'm sure he felt some guilt.
Yeah, I just think that movie was so relevant to just the Rainbow Coalition, because right now, I don't know if anybody's noticed, our country is a little divided. So a little bit.
Yeah.
And I thought the Rainbow Coalition was just like the coolest idea of, because when they walked into this, was it the KKK meeting or just like a bunch of Confederate white dudes?
I think it was just, it wasn't a KKK meeting. I think it was just a fucking neighborhood watch style thing.
Yeah, and they were
from a different party, and they walked in and were like, look, we gotta work together.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of white dudes with a big old Confederate flag, and the Black Panthers were like, we know you don't like us, but the government's like shafting you too. Like, they're shafting all of us. We gotta work together. And I thought all of these groups coming together, I'm like, that's so relevant right now. We need that right now because we don't have that. And I wonder if now that were to happen, if the government would be ballsy enough to even do what they did to Fred Hampton.
They would.
I know, but
they absolutely would.
It's so publicized now. Like, it's so easy to get like this happened on the internet and spread it everywhere so fast.
Well, so it is, and at the same time, shit gets swept under the rug. So did you, speaking on that, did you see what happened in Syria?
Yeah, the bombing.
Yeah, so Biden signed off on like a drone strike in Syria.
And he didn't consult Congress at all.
Didn't say shit. And on Twitter and shit, where during Trump's presidency, a lot of young people who are mostly liberals and the conservatives, but whenever Trump did something bad, everywhere, on
Blew up.
every post. Can you believe he has children in cages? He did this. They're bombing this. They did this. Oh my God.
And
Biden.
we're not defending Trump.
I'm not defending it. I'm not defending it. It's all bad.
Yeah.
It made me laugh how fucking just the fucking whatever the word is.
Yeah, flagrant.
Flagrantly different the reaction was. Because I saw like 2 posts about people being like, I can't believe he did this. And all the people during my college experience that were fucking crying out whenever Trump did anything bad, quiet. And I made a tweet, and I didn't mean for people to like it as much as they did. I thought it was funny. Much of my friends thought it was funny. Some people have messaged me and unfollowed me. Because during Obama's presidency, we did drone strikes. It's a fact.
Yeah.
It hasn't aged well.
It's his biggest criticism.
It's the big shit stain on his legacy. Rightfully so. It's bad.
Yeah.
During Trump's presidency, we did a drone strike in Iran that almost caused World War III.
Very close.
And then Biden, a month into his presidency, does a drone strike. And I tweeted, wait, the Democratic president just did a drone strike in Syria? Honey, that's what makes him the Democratic president. I thought it was funny. All my boys thought it was funny. A bunch of the people that usually fucking tweet all these negative things about Trump messaged me, were like, that's so insensitive. And I'm like, yeah, maybe it is, but also no one's talking about it. Yeah. Like, fuck off.
Like, people are trying to, everybody is like not keeping a lot of focus on it. They might like MSNBC, everybody might be posting like one thing, but then they just drop it. Because the thing is, we as people should be able to say, hey, we don't want to do that. Don't do that.
But yeah, so
he didn't stop and like say, hey, maybe the people should have a say in this. And a lot of news sites are saying, hey, we think this is like Biden saying like the U.S. is gonna be like strong in their like will to strike back against like tyranny and terrorism. And I'm like, okay, you didn't have to like silently bomb.
I don't think that. I think
boom.
My thing with it is, so since World War II, the U.S. has been like, I'm the big dick, big brother, and we stick a dick in anything, and it has been problematic literally ever since.
Yeah, we're the Zeus of the world.
Which it's like, I don't know if people thought that the new president was going to pull out of everything. He's not. The president is going to do shitty things. I think the issue is people want the president to stop doing this shit. Should he? Probably. Do I think it's wrong? Absolutely. Did I expect him to not? No. Every president has done something shitty. In the Middle East, it always happens. Is it unfortunate? Yeah. But do I think, to bring it back to the Fred Hampton thing, if somebody like Fred Hampton was around today, do I think the government would fucking knock them down? Oh, yeah.
So fast.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just look at Black Lives Matter, actually.
Would it have the outcry? Absolutely.
And I think that I saw this tweet, is what I was going to say. And somebody said 2 things can be true. 1, Trump needed to not be president. He was a bad president. 2, we can still criticize the new government for doing shitty things that we don't agree with. 2 things can be true. So yeah. Fred Hampton would probably get cut down, and that's sad. And we live in a very strange,
not divided times, but just tense. Shit happens times. I guess I don't know.
Change is happening, and people are pushing back against it.
Also, change is really messy, which is something that people don't like to admit.
Change is extremely messy.
But change is really shitty.
Mm-hmm. And you have a goal to get to one place, and you sort of get there by the end, and you compromise. Yeah. It's not where you wanted to be.
But more movie news.
Movies.
Loki got a release date. It's coming out, I think, in July.
Hurrah.
Cool. That's done. Loki's done. That news is June 11th on Disney Plus. Watch it. It'll be good. If it's anything like WandaVision, it's going to be fucking awesome.
Oh, Winter Soldier and the Falcon's coming out in like 5 days from now, which is March 4th, isn't it? Or is it the 16th?
I'll check.
It's soon. It's very soon.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV miniseries. March 19th.
March 19th. It's coming out soon.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. And I just watched the latest episode of WandaVision.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's good. It's a very good show.
I'm thinking we talk about WandaVision when we're done with the whole series.
Cool.
But
I was just gonna say, hey, I like the episode. If you haven't seen it,
watch it.
Go watch
it.
it.
If you're not watching because fuck off.
Yeah. How far are they into the series? How many episodes?
The finale's the next episode.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Watch it, because probably next episode of this podcast we're gonna talk about
it's
it.
over. Yeah.
Yeah.
and if you're gonna be like, well, don't spoil it, watch it. Fuck off.
We're giving you a warning now.
Watch the show. It's a good show. If everybody's watching a show going, it's a good show, and you sitting there going, oh no, I don't like it. I was that way with Game of Thrones, which I've now watched 4 times. Just accept that you'll probably like the show and watch the fucking show.
Like, it's okay if you don't want to watch the show, but don't whine about it being spoiled.
Yeah.
If you don't watch the show.
But Loki's release date is in June. Second thing, not second thing. It's like the 7th thing. Whatever the fuck it is.
A lot of things.
Nickelodeon announced that they are creating a studio called Avatar Studios.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they're making, the first thing they're producing is a full-length film, movie, whatever the fuck, in the universe of Avatar and the Legend of Korra.
Is it going to be Legend of Korra characters?
I don't know.
Or I didn't know if you knew.
I don't know. It's an untitled animated film set in the Avatar universe.
Cool.
Tight.
Exciting. That's going to make money.
The studio is designed to create multiple animated series and movies based within that universe.
Awesome.
So that's tight. I'm excited for that because that's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's done. Jordan Peele's Twilight series was canceled after 2 seasons.
Yeah,
cool.
I see that.
Done.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say either.
I mean, it wasn't super popular, so I get that.
It's over.
Yeah.
Rugrats, they're making a reboot.
Why?
Or a CGI animated movie.
Oh, no, why?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
With the original voice cast coming to reprise their role, so cool.
Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Hooray.
Done with that. Deadpool 3 is going to be the first R-rated movie in the MCU.
Hell yeah.
That's tight. Which brings me to Kevin Feige. Or Feige.
Who?
Kevin Feige.
Who Kevin Feige?
You don't know who that guy is?
No.
He's the main producer of the MCU.
Oh.
He's like the head of Marvel.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, yeah. You don't know who he is?
No, I
didn't. For real?
Know. Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh, he's fucking God. He's the president of Marvel Studios.
Okay.
Kevin, he's fucking dope. He's a producer and television producer who's been the president of Marvel Studios and primary creator and producer of the Marvel Cinematic Universe franchise since 2007.
Dope.
You know how, like, the Avengers happened?
Yeah.
Him.
Okay.
You know how Infinity War happened?
Him.
Civil War? Him. He's the guy. He was quoted. He says there are no current plans to develop R-rated projects for the MCU besides Deadpool 3.
Okay.
He adds if there is a story where an R-rated movie would make any sense, then that discussion would happen.
That makes sense.
Which makes sense. Yeah.
They're not going to push for an R-rated movie if it doesn't make sense for that.
If you don't need it,
context.
why have it?
Yeah.
He also responded to claims that previous Marvel shows are not as successful as the Disney Plus shows and the movies. And he said, his quote is, I think there are legions of Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. fans, Daredevil fans, Jessica Jones fans, and Luke Cage fans who would disagree with you. End quote. Here's why I'm bringing this up. Because Kevin Feige, the guy who orchestrated the MCU, basically just said, fuck you, Iron Fist.
Oh, yeah, he didn't say Iron Fist, did he?
Which I will say, I get.
Yeah.
It's a bad show.
But
Daredevil was dope.
I really liked Iron Fist as a character, though. I really wish he was successful.
I did too, but that show was ass, and the actor they had playing was fucking worse. I'd rather watch Cardboard.
The effects on his fist, though, were so cool.
Yeah, no, it was cool, but it was just really funny to me because, Jessica Jones is awesome. Luke Cage, the first half of the first season was awesome. Fucking
it's amazing.
Great. Daredevil seasons 1 and 2 were great. Punisher was cool. Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. was a cool show. I don't know, but the people that watch it love it.
People love it that watch it, yeah.
But I love that he was like admitting like, Netflix, when we gave them the reins for their thing, knocked it out of the park 3 out of 4 times, and you got to respect it. And the fans of those shows love it. I'm proof. They're great. Like up until Iron Fist, it was really like, let's go. This is great. And then Iron Fist came out, and pretty much all of the fan base was like, I'm only watching it because of the Defenders.
Yeah.
Like, nothing about Iron Fist was great.
Which the Defenders kind of sizzled out anyway.
It did. It really did. But I just love that he's now on record being like...
silently backslapping.
Yeah, just fuck Iron Fist. And I just wanted to mention that because I think that's awesome.
That's hilarious.
I think it was great. Last bit of Marvel news. Spider-Man 3 has a title.
And it is No Way Home.
It is. And originally I was like, oh yeah, because he's in space. But he's not. At the end of Endgame, he pops through a portal.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, huh. And then I remember that they've confirmed that, multiverse is coming. So something's going to happen.
So I think from the title No Way Home, I think that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man are going to pop into our universe and they're not going to be able to get back.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen. A trailer's probably coming soon, though, because it's coming out in Christmas.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, like the release date is Christmas this year.
I got myself re-hyped because I saw just clips from Spider-Man 2, and I'm like, Doc Ock was so good. Doc Ock was so good.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited for that just because Spider-Man's cool. Tom Holland's cool.
And the fact that they're talking about getting Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire.
Even whether or not they have them, just the fact that they're dealing with the multiverse now because Doctor Strange 2 is dealing with the multiverse. They've announced that this is going to deal with the multiverse. WandaVision's about to rip it the fuck open.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for it. And I'm excited that basically they have announced so little about it. And then they're just like, here's the title and it's coming out on Christmas this year. It's like, we about to get a lot. Like, we eating good.
It's pretty much, we've been like, hey, we have theories. Are they right? And for like 5 years, they're like, no. And then it's like, here's the same theory. Are we right? And they just leaned over and like,
you might be right.
We're not saying anything anymore. And it's like, huh? Okay.
Yeah. And then the last big bit of news, two big bits of news are Paramount Plus.
Oh, yeah.
So CBS All Access is changing to Paramount Plus. I don't have CBS All Access. I don't really give a fuck about cable. Nothing that's on cable, in my opinion, I'm going to watch over a movie or a show.
Yeah, when it comes to real media, no. The only thing on cable I like is football.
Yeah, like sports, I'm missing. But otherwise, I don't need it. Paramount Plus was announced. Paramount Plus is getting a lot.
Yeah?
A lot. It's getting TV dramas and comedies. It's getting Yellowstone. It's getting 666 4 sixes.
Quad 6.
It's a spin-off of Yellowstone.
All right.
Written by Taylor Sheridan, who's known for writing Sicario and Wind River.
Oh, okay.
It's getting Mayor of Kingstown starring Jeremy Renner. It's getting a Criminal Minds reboot. It's getting the Halo series, which was going to be on Showtime.
What?
It's moving to Paramount Plus.
That's awesome.
It's getting a new series from Kenya Barris. I don't know who that is. It's getting a series adaptation of movies The Italian Job, Love Stories, Fatal Attraction, The Parallax View, and Flashdance. It's getting new seasons of Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Lower Deck. It's getting the 7th and final season of Younger, starring Stutton Foster and Hilary Duff. It's getting a Frasier revival with Kelsey Grammer.
It's getting Frasier revival?
Yep. It's getting the return of Inside Amy Schumer. It's getting spin-offs of The Daily Show and Reno 911 and movies based on Workaholics and Beavis and Butthead. On top of that, it's getting kids programming. That's where the new Rugrats animated CG series is going. That's where the Avatar studios are putting all their production. The animated Star Trek show is going there. The iCarly reboot is going on Paramount Plus. The live-action versions of Dora the Explorer and The Fairly Odd Parents are going on Paramount Plus. The producers of RuPaul's Drag Race are creating another international drag queen singing competition called Queen of the Universe, going on Paramount Plus.
Okay, that's cool.
Revivals of MTV's Behind the Music, Yo MTV Raps, and MTV Unplugged are going on Paramount Plus. As previously announced, a reunion of The Real World fucking going on. Paramount Pictures will put many buzzy new releases on the service within 45 days of theatrical release, including Top Gun Maverick, A Quiet Place 2, Mission Impossible 7. Original films from the studio for Paramount Plus include a new Paranormal Activity and a Pet Sematary prequel. Plus, Inside the NFL is moving from Showtime to Paramount Plus.
Oh.
60 Minutes will be on there. 60 Minute Plus will be on there. 6 for 60 will be on there. And live streams of local affiliates in over 200 markets across the U.S. and 24-hour streaming news service will be on Paramount Plus. I had no interest in having CBS All Access. I'm probably going to have to get Paramount Plus. Like,
for those who just kind of skimmed through, here's what got announced. All this.
A lot.
Right here.
A lot. And it launches March 4th.
It launches March 4th?
It launches March 4th.
Ooh.
Basically, Paramount Plus was like, we're late to the party, but we're showing up.
Yeah. Showing up just loaded.
So I don't have much to talk about with that. But it's another streaming service, and they're stepping up to the plate with a lot.
That just reminds me of HBO Max just got a Cartoon Network on theirs.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything today, and this was the other day. I was like, I got a lot of work done. Let's see what's if some of these shows hold up. I watched Ed, Edd n Eddy, and it's sad to say, maybe a hot take, Ed, Edd n Eddy doesn't hold up too well.
Ed, Edd n Eddy's ass.
It kind of sucks.
It always has been. I never understood why people liked it.
Yeah. I mean, like, because the characters are weird and like, it's random and the sound effects are fun, but it's not funny.
You bet your sweet bippy I do. Fuck off.
And then I was like, okay, bored of this. And I went and watched Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Holds up
Chef's
so
kiss.
well.
Chef's kiss of a show.
There's so many. It's so layered with like kids funny shit, but then there's so many adult jokes in there that are actually really fucking funny. There's like the head of like a Hogwarts parody thing that's like, these kids drew my face on a wall. Call for a good time. And I'm like, oh, that's funny. Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy holds up. And I'm like, okay, fine. Let's watch Kids Next Door.
Yeah.
Kids Next Door is so much grosser than I remember.
Oh, yeah. It's
so
disgusting
gross. Show. I clicked on a random episode. It was the episode where kids get pink eye and they use the crust to top the apple crumble.
Hey, just a little life advice with Jake right now.
Yeah.
Don't text him poop. That's how you get pink eye.
Yeah. I've had pink eye once. It was awful.
I had it once, and it was because my friend got it and no one would hang out with her. And I was like, I'll hang out with you. And then it wasn't a friendship like that. Like, we wasn't chilling. We wasn't fucking, nothing was happening. We was just hanging out. She got rid of pink eye. 2 weeks later, I had pink eye. I'm not fingering my own butt. I'm not typing on the toilet while I'm pooping. I blame her to this day. Here's how it worked, though. She still had her pink eye medication.
Oh, so
she had the drops. She had the pills. So I just knocked on her door one day, and like my left eye was barely open. I was just like, I need the drops and I need the pills. And she just handed them to me, and I was like, tight. And then she's like, I'll hang out with you. You hung out with me. And I was like,
you're just in this vicious cycle of giving each other.
It was terrible. Like, I remember it wasn't even that it was itchy. It was just gross.
Yeah, it sucks. But yeah, Kids Next Door, gross. Still kind of funny, though. Still kind of a funny show.
Yeah.
I watched those 3 shows. Those are my thoughts on them. I miss it. I had a nice nostalgia trip.
So, nice. Oscars are coming up.
Yeah.
Nominees are being announced on March 15th. Did you hear how many movies can be considered for Best Picture this year?
No, how many?
It is, I'm going to let you guess. It's the highest tally of eligible titles in 50 years.
22.
Now. No. The last time it was this high, there were 374 titles eligible in 1970.
Wait, it's hot.
It's not higher than that. It's the most eligible since that. So the last time was in 1970 with 374 titles eligible. This is the highest tally of eligible titles in 50 years, but it's only the 22nd highest total in the history of the Oscars. The first Oscars ceremony considered films from 1927 and 28. It's record-setting. It set the record for the most eligible films with 562. That's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
This year will be number 22. How many do you think it has?
I'm going to go high. I'm going to go super high. and just say like 650.
No.
I know.
It's under 374.
Cool. 275.
Nope, 366.
That's still a lot.
It's a ton.
Holy shit.
366 feature films, which means a film that is 40 minutes or longer, have been deemed eligible for Best Picture Oscar at the 93rd Academy Awards. Here's how that happened. The Oscar season this year has been deemed an anomaly due to the ongoing global pandemic. So, the consideration time was extended 2 months, longer than usual. Films were then able to qualify by opening for only 1 week, not just in a commercial theater in LA or New York, but for a week in a commercial theater or a nightly drive-in theater in any of 6 U.S. metropolitan areas: LA, New York City, the Bay Area, Chicago, Miami, and Atlanta.
Okay.
Moreover, films were deemed eligible that had been intended for a theatrical release, but were initially made available through commercial streaming, video on demand service, or other broadcast, provided they were made available on the Academy Screening Room member site within 60 days of the streaming or video on demand release or broadcast.
Right.
That's how they got such a massive list.
Okay, yeah.
Included in this list is, and I really hope that it gets nominated. It fucking won't. But Sonic the Hedgehog.
Really?
Well, all movies, if you campaign for them that were released. So the way the Oscars work is you have to release through a certain window, and then you have to campaign to the Academy.
You know what? The comeback that Sonic had.
If you campaign, they are required to consider.
That's amazing.
This means that because of the giant window that they have now, 366 movies were fucking pushed.
Yeah.
They're all eligible because they're within this window. Sonic happens to be one of them.
That's amazing.
They don't all make it, clearly. And now, between March 5th and March 10th, the Academy members have to vote to nominate between 5 and 10 films for Best Picture. And all the nominees will be announced on March 15th.
I can't wait that long. That's so exciting.
I'm excited.
I'm so excited. I really want Sonic to be in there.
It won't be.
That'd be so funny.
It won't fucking happen.
Oh my god. Jim Carrey just gets an Oscar for Eggman.
He won't. He fucking won't. But yeah, I thought that was entertaining.
That's really funny.
Now to my rumor mill.
Rumor mill.
So, first rumor, confirmed fake. For some fucking reason the other day, it went around the internet that Emma Watson was retiring from acting for good.
Why?
Don't know. No one could tell me why. But all over the internet, Emma Watson's retiring. And it was huge for the day because everybody's like, oh my God, no.
Honestly, she could probably retire and go into politics. She's really smart.
She could retire. She has a degree from Oxford.
Yeah.
She could also just retire and do whatever the fuck she wants. But
she didn't.
She's not retiring.
No.
No one really knows where this came from. But she's not retiring. And it's not like the Army Hammer cannibal thing where it's like, maybe it's true. No, she's not. It's not happening. She's not retiring. But it was just really funny to see the internet go crazy all day. Just like, oh my God, no. And then they were like, she's not retiring. And everybody was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, why'd we freak out if we're not going to fucking praise her when she's not retiring?
Super pumped that she's not retiring. My childhood crush that I love so much.
Dude.
I need her around.
Hermione Granger.
Dude, Hermione Granger. And
ups.
Perks of Being a Wallflower. Emma Watson, too. Yeah.
Second rumor. Neil Blomkamp, director of hit films like Chappie and Elysium.
Chappie!
And District 9.
Oh, District 10.
And I put that in order from worst to best movie in his catalog. District 9 being his first movie and best movie. Elysium being his second movie and most okay. And Chappie being his third movie and dog shit.
Mm-hmm. You got Di Antwood in there acting.
But he has announced maybe he is, maybe he's not. Maybe there's a script, maybe there isn't. Maybe he's writing it, maybe he's joking. But District 10.
Oh, District 10.
No, he said he might be making it.
I know.
He was like, I'm not going to confirm it, but it might be happening. And it's like,
we got
go.
District 9. Now we're going to get District 10.
I'm not going to be like Kyle and do a shitty South African accent. I'm excited if it does happen because I do love that movie.
District 10.
And then the last rumor is David Fincher is making a movie for Netflix. Movie series, remains to be seen, called The Killer.
Yeah.
Follows an assassin who begins to have a psychological crisis.
Oh.
And it's rumored that Michael Fassbender is going to play the guy.
Oh, that would be
the main
cool.
character.
Okay.
Which, two things. One, I like that because David Fincher, although making a lot of movies about serial killers, the serial killers are never the main character.
Yeah.
In Seven, it's about cops trying to find a serial killer. In fucking Zodiac, it's about journalists and cops trying to find a serial killer. Based on a true story. Great movie. In The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, it's about an investigative journalist and a hacker who stumble into a serial killing plot. In Mindhunter, it's about the FBI coming up with the phrase serial killer.
Yeah.
None of his movies or series are specifically about following the serial killer. And David Fincher is dark. And I want that. I want it so bad. I want this to be what I thought Mank would be. I want it to be so good.
Just really dark, twisted, and...
Oh, fuck yeah. And I love Michael Fassbender a lot. So I'm sure he'll kill it. The only thing that would make me happier is if Michael Fassbender was working with Steve McQueen again. Like, I love Fassbender.
That's awesome.
So
I'm
yeah,
really excited about that.
If that's true, if Michael Fassbender does happen to finalize starring in David Fincher's next project for Netflix, tight. Chaka, bra.
Do we know if it's just like a fictional story? Or is he portraying like a real serial killer? Or
No, it's not real.
Okay.
It's based on a graphic novel, though.
Cool.
Following a cold-blooded assassin who begins to have a psychological crisis.
Cool. Awesome. I'm really interested in that.
That's dope.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else on the rumor mill?
No, that's it for the rumor mill.
No.
And then all I have left is, the Barack Obama podcast.
Yeah, Renegades born in the USA.
I don't want to talk about the competition, especially when it's Obama and Springsteen. Like,
the only thing I saw that I'm like, okay, that seems really interesting. It seems like it'll reach to like a lot of people. And I saw an ad for it the other day. And it was a lot of nice black and white shots of Obama and Bruce Springsteen talking to each other. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And it's like an all-American podcast.
Yeah.
For all Americans. And that was followed up by only on Spotify.
Hey.
I went, so for all Americans except for not Spotify users.
What's more American than fucking capitalism? Okay. What are you gonna come at me and say that's not American? Yo, that's American as fuck to be like, yo, the most American thing since, Betty White, whatever the fuck. I'm not going to say like apple pie because that's German, but like, this is the most American podcast and you can only find it on Spotify. It's like, cool. Drop your Apple subscription.
Go to Spotify.
Get
Apple
it.
Sucks anyway.
If the thing that's going to make, first of all, I think that'd be hilarious if the one thing keeping people from getting Spotify is the Barack Obama podcast. That's awesome. Because the market for that isn't broad.
No.
It's like my uncle. That's what would bring him in.
Yeah.
Like my surgeon uncle would be like, oh, Obama's got a podcast and it's only on Spotify. I guess I got to learn how to do Spotify. Like it's those people. It's the people that don't understand even how to set it up. They're the people that are like, I got to get Spotify.
I'm just so interested in the content of it because it's like, oh, former president Barack Obama and rockstar
Bruce Springsteen, who has
boss.
Never had a 9-to-5 job in his life, but sings for the American people. Like, he's the working man's rock star. He's still a fucking rock star.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like, I don't know what the plan is here, but I'm so interested in what's going to happen. I'm so excited for it. And I know almost nothing about it. I'm just guessing they're going to talk about across the table politics.
Probably.
I'm guessing that's it.
Or just, yeah. I don't even know what they're going to talk about either, but
but I'm interested.
The New Yorker, the title of the podcast review is Obama and Springsteen are here to lull America. And the first blurb of the paragraph says, George W. Bush took up painting. After the maximum number of goes at America's top gig, during which he invented a calamitous war overseas and a network of imperious government agencies at home, the former president put himself out to pasture. He and Laura Bush settled on an estate in the swanky Preston Hollow neighborhood in North Dallas. He wrote memoirs, made a few dutiful appearances, and returned to his post at Rangers games. While other former presidents had reinvented themselves in public, Bush dipped through oil pots, crafting thickly textured portraits of the veterans of his wars, along with dogs, still lifes, and world leaders, including himself. Some might call this solo exhibitionism, but it was also a public service of its own, sparing everyone the reminder of what was. Keeping out of the public eye, Bush knew, was the best he could do. Our other recent former president, no, not that one, has taken an altogether different approach. And then they start reviewing the podcast.
So they don't even talk about Obama at first. They just go after Bush.
So then
then
it says, since leaving office, Barack Obama has vigorously campaigned for fellow Democrats and released the first volume of his presidential memoirs. He has also, with the former First Lady Michelle Obama, become the public face of a burgeoning media empire. The Obama's company, Higher Ground Production, has a multi-year deal with Netflix with a lineup of projects calculated not just to entertain, but to educate, connect, and inspire us all, as Barack Obama told The Times. Michelle's best-selling memoir, Becoming, from 2018, marked, as Doreen St. Felix wrote at the time, her reincarnation as a potentially billion-dollar American brand. This past July, she herself launched the Michelle Obama podcast with a very special first guest, her husband. And now the former POTUS is potting too, with the launch last Monday of Spotify's Renegades, on which he joins his buddy and co-host, Bruce Springsteen, to chat about race, fatherhood, marriage, and the state of America. I find that funny. Let me tell you why. You're going to talk about race. Cool. I'd love to hear the views of a black man from Chicago and a white dude from New Jersey. That's cool. I want to hear that. Fatherhood. Obama was the president with 2 kids who were teenagers at the time. That's an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
The state of America. I'd love to hear their views on what they've witnessed. Marriage. That's fucking hilarious. Here's why. Obama met the love of his life. They married. They've been married through trials and tribulations. She's a lawyer. He became a senator, then president. That's a hard marriage. I want to hear.
He put work into that.
I want to hear how that works.
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen cheated on his first wife with his now wife publicly. The fuck are you going to say, Bruce?
I'm just interested in... I actually don't know what he'd say.
You know what I mean?
He's just going to be like, just right out the gate. So I cheated on my wife.
Right, but so it sounds like they're just chilling, talking.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's decent. I mean, that's what we do. But
I mean, we do it in the basement.
But we're not Obama and Springsteen.
No. Much less.
Which I think is part of the issue that I'm sure this critic has an issue with is you're Obama and Springsteen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck what you ate for breakfast. I could give a fuck. Dig in, talk. Yeah. So
that's Renegades.
Yeah, that's Renegades.
Born in the USA.
And now I'm going to check it out. And then the last thing is Pokemon.
Yeah, that's on mine too. Pokemon. Pokemon Arceus?
I don't know what
Pokemon
it's called.
Legend?
I enjoyed Pokemon as a kid. I don't play it anymore. Not because I don't want to. I don't have a Switch.
Yeah.
I don't play it.
This whole thing, first of all, the trailer is just like the Pokemon game people have been asking for forever, which is just an open world Pokemon game. They basically took the layout of Breath of the Wild and they were like, Pokemon. They did that. And it's cool as shit. It looks really interesting. It's obviously not polished because the Pokemon were moving at 3 frames per second. It was actually really funny because somebody went, oh my god, it's the Pokemon game we always wanted. And then Chingling, the Pokemon that was in the trailer, just in all caps, God help me, they only gave me 3 frames. And it's just him like glitching back and forth, flying.
So my friend, one of my buddies in our chat, said that. He was like, I don't think this is the end result, though. And
No.
I made everybody laugh, though, because I was like, sure, speed up the frame rate. The open world still looks like shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I brought up, so when Pokemon finally broke into the 3D world, it looked like garbage.
Yeah, it did.
And they've never really redeemed themselves.
I've been, for like the last year, I've been trying to play Pokemon Ultra Sun.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, I haven't played Pokemon in a long time. I really want to play Pokemon. It is nowhere near as good as it used to be because their whole gimmick was 3D.
Yeah.
And it's not great.
Which, so I'm sure it's not the finished product. It's not polished. I'm sure it'll look fine. But if the selling point that you want me to love is a good looking open world, they're not going to have it.
Yeah.
Period. They never have.
It's just, right now it seems like since they transitioned to 3D, their interest has been in making it look good, but not play super well.
Yeah, just take the time. Do it. Just do it.
So what they did to make up for that garbage was also come out with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
I saw that.
Which I'm actually really pumped about because that's my favorite Pokemon game is Diamond.
I didn't play those ones either.
They were wonderful.
I heard.
And I went, that looks way better because
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I don't have a Switch.
I'll lend you mine.
No. Because, yeah, it's not going to happen. But, so new Pokemon announced.
It
Tight,
looks... I don't know what's going to happen with the open world game, but Brilliant Diamond and Pearl and Shining Pearl at least looks really good.
Yeah, and I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah.
And then the final thing to talk about is we watched Nomadland.
We watched Nomadland.
And you had thoughts on it that I'm going to call artistic pretension.
Yeah.
So hit me with your thoughts, and then I'm a spew hate.
So
I'm a spew fucking hate.
When it comes to Nomadland, first of all, it's been so built up in our heads because so many people for so long were saying like Nomadland's movie of the year. It's movie of the year. Like it's the best thing ever, and it hadn't been out yet. Came out. Jake and I sat down and watched it, and we gave it all of our attention, all of our patience. We kicked people. We kicked people out of the room.
I tried to. You did. I did not. I was on my phone the last half of the movie. I could not fucking care.
I was just like, I want to see how it goes. And so the cinematography was beautiful. It was beautiful cinematography. It was well shot. But that doesn't make a good movie. It doesn't. This movie felt like it was having sort of an identity crisis with it was about this woman played by Frances McDermott. And she is just like...
She's good.
She's great. The actors are great. And she's going through just like this tough time and trying to figure out how to be like with herself and other people after like her husband died and the town she lived in was shut down. Whatever. It's about this fictional story about her. But it's also about this community of people in America who live in vans and live in... RVs and trailers, and they basically live off the land and kind of off the grid. And it shows those real people living their life and how they live their life, kind of roughing it. And it doesn't meld these two qualities very well. It documents these people and their experiences in life while also trying to kind of force feed you this story about Frances McDermott's character, because the people that actually tell you what they're doing, the real nomads, are very genuine and extremely interesting. And then Frances McDermott is cool, but it feels like you're watching two movies that are stitched together. It's very weird. And the first half of the movie seems to focus more on documenting the nomads. And then it quickly transitions to the last half of the movie, which is just focusing on Frances McDermott's story, which lost my interest completely, but I kept watching because I was interested in what was happening. I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. And I would have rather just seen more of the nomads.
Yeah.
And it didn't give us that. And because my sister, like, I've met a lot of those people. I've seen that community. I've been around. My sister lives partially in van life, and I've seen those people. They're really, really interesting. For a long time, I've said to my sister, this would be like a really good like documentary movie. I'm not good at documentaries, but somebody should do it. So I thought this is what that was. It was not. So it was a little frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Jake.
Bro, this movie was ass.
Jake didn't like it.
So I do disagree with you on a couple things, but I'm not going to get into it. This movie, so it does a couple things really well. I think it does a really good job of bringing you into the world of Frances McDormand's character, which is fine. That's cool. The issue is, in a movie like this, I compared it to The Sound of Metal, which I love because that movie is also painfully slow.
That
and
also
it spends a lot of time bringing you into the world of the character.
Mm-hmm.
But with Riz Ahmed's character in The Sound of Metal, shit happens. Nothing happens to this woman, period. Fucking half the movie, nothing happened. I think a tire breaks on her van, which is a house that she lives in. It's her house. So that's a big deal, and she has to get it fixed. Cool. Something happens. They fix it so quickly that it's not even like something happened. She goes up to another Nomad. She's like, can you bring me into town? Nomad's like, fucking, you don't know how to change a tire? And then they go fix a tire. Nothing happened.
The whole tire thing was just to introduce that Nomad.
Yeah, and then, you know, she goes to see her sister to borrow some money. She pays her back eventually. Cool, something happened. She doesn't live with her sister, though. Sister's like, you should stay with us. She's like, no, she leaves. She met a Nomad at one point who is doing the same thing as her. He's traveling around. He's being a nomad, and he's cool. And then his son shows up and tells him that he's having a kid. And this guy leaves the nomad community. He goes. And then you meet him again later on down the road. And it turns out he's basically left the nomad lifestyle because he's like, I got to be around. I'm a grandfather now. And he admitted there's a really cool, not cool scene, but a good scene where he talks to Frances McDormand's character and he's like, I was a really shitty father. And Frances McDormand's character is like, that's fine. Be a good grandfather. Not realizing that she basically, that's all he needed. Now he's gone. And he's like, you should live with me. Like, there's a guest house. Just live with me.
Yeah.
And she leaves again, and it's like, okay, so what's going to happen with this lady? Nothing happens with this lady. And I was really frustrated by that because everything else about the movie is good. Cinematography's great.
That's fantastic.
Writing's fine. Script is good. Direction's fine. World building is fucking immaculate. But nothing happened, and it really pissed me off to the point where my mom also watched the movie. I didn't know she was going to watch it, and she said what I didn't realize I was thinking. If you're gonna make a movie about this subject matter and make a movie so involved with bringing people into the world of the nomads without anything actually happening to the protagonist, bringing us through this world, just make a documentary about nomads.
Exactly.
Just do it. Like, I would watch a documentary.
Mm-hmm.
I probably won't rewatch this movie for a while.
No.
And not in the way of like Sound of Metal where it's like, I want to appreciate it. Just in a way of like, I'm going to rewatch it to try and find shit that I like about it.
Yeah.
Because clearly I don't think it's a bad movie.
If you want to see somebody like go through a real humanistic like internal struggle,
No.
she's going through like this internal like struggle with herself.
Yeah, she's clearly going through shit.
Yeah.
She says it enough. They mention it enough times that like she's been through some shit. But then not like they don't talk about it. There's no like real thing happening. It was so fucking annoying.
And it seemed like they were like, are they using plot points to introduce like different communities of nomads, or are they using plot points to further this character's like goal and drive? And it seemed too like unrefined.
I didn't think it was that.
It was gorgeous.
I don't think it was unrefined. I think it was just, I think it tried to make you, the viewer, feel like Frances McDormand's character of you're wandering through this world. But instead of it making me feel that way, I just got so bored. I Googled the plot halfway through and would just double check to make sure where we were.
I just really wanted to see more of the community of nomads is what I would have liked to see.
Which is why I think just make a documentary.
Yeah, exactly. I think for Chloe Zhao's like big kind of breakout film, it was good. It was a good film. go Chloe Zhao. I think she has fantastic talent. I think she has great cinematography skills. The writing was good.
Mm-hmm.
I just think
I'm excited to see what she does because it's not a bad movie, which frustrates the shit out of me too. Because it's not like she made a shitty movie and I didn't like it. She made a really, really well done movie. And I couldn't connect with it to save my fucking life.
Which is why I'm so conflicted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I want to see her other movies. She has one called The Rider from 2017 that's supposed to be fucking great.
Yeah.
And then she has another one. She doesn't have a lot. She has another one that she made called Songs My Brother Taught Me.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be great too. So I want to see those. And her next movie is the Marvel movie Eternals.
Oh, wait, yeah. She's making Eternals.
So like,
she's
really good, but it's just, this movie, I think it's a matter of, it was built up to a lot.
Like a godlike standard. Like,
and so I was like,
the best.
I was like, it's going to be great. And it was really good. It just, I couldn't fucking like it. And I tried really hard.
I think I'm going to go back to it way down the line. I'm the same way as you. I need to like really not watch a movie for a while and then go back to it. But like, I'm just so conflicted about how I feel about this movie. Because part of me is like, yeah, I really like the Nomad community. Cinematography's great. And then just the way it was written and put together and edited was frustrating.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know like how I was supposed to feel and what I was supposed to be focusing on and waiting for.
Yeah.
What am I waiting for is essentially what I was saying to myself. But besides that, you guys might like it.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is it's like I didn't connect with it, but I still think it was great.
Yeah.
But I don't think I want to rewatch it. But like with that, people might watch it and fucking love it. Yeah. Like a lot of people are watching it and loving it. And then a lot of people are having this reaction of like, what the fuck? Because like my mom watching it was like, I didn't like it.
It's not objectively a bad movie. Because there are some movies where you're like, this is a bad fucking movie. This movie's good. But it definitely, I just think it needs time to solidify its place in cinema.
In what it is, yeah.
Yeah. And also, I'm just interested in seeing what Chloe Zhao does.
Yeah.
All in all, good movie. And I'm interested in seeing my own reaction in like 6 months.
Yeah, no, I do want to give it time to grow on me so I can go back and rewatch it and see what I think. But yeah, I just did not like it.
Jake didn't like it. He movie ended, he went, all right, got up.
Literally, I was so frustrated. I got up and was like, all right, now I got to go to work. Like, fuck. But yeah, and that's it. That's all I got.
That's all I've got. Nomadland, if you want to see, go see it.
It's streaming on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
And it is worth checking out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got this week.
All I've got. Thank you guys for watching. Episode 10.
Episode 10. We did it. We made it to double digits. We're now Daft Punk disbanding. We're going to blow Jake up in a field. And that'll be the end of From the Cellar. Go fuck yourself.
No, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Bye, everybody.
Toodaloo.